Fire in the hole.
Now as
There you
Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important. We apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
Hello, and welcome to this pre-Christmas edition of the Real Tree Shaker Show. I'm Ryan.
I'm Trenton.
And I'm Sean. And we screwed up earlier, so Trenton has already disappeared, but the streak has continued.
Yes.
But welcome to this merriest of our first annual Christmas edition of the RTS show.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yay.
Yeah, I know.
Yay.
Any
Christmas.
chance of snow down there
4
for
days
you
away.
guys?
Like 68, bro.
Degrees, not percentage of snow.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same right.
Exactly.
I remember that one time, I think it was, we were still just gotten into high school, and I remember it being like in the 90s in December. Do y'all remember that one December? We broke national highs for temperature in the month of December. Like I said, it was like 95, 96, but yeah.
I do remember that.
Yeah. It was pretty cool wearing shorts to school.
I don't think that's been broken yet. I know, what was it? How long ago was it that I remember it was like, we had one not too long ago that was like 88, 89 on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean, and I live on the East Coast, and you would think my kids have never had a white Christmas. Never. We always get snow in like February, and it's just like, at that point, why? You know, if you're not coming on Christmas, don't come at all. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
But all right.
I feel like winter has like taken like a month later. It's been like delayed, like just a month every time. Like we don't get winter till January, February here too. So
they extend summer for an extra month, unfortunately, and take away from the winter.
Pretty much.
Well, with that, guys, the football season is shaping up. Playoff pictures are starting to play themselves out. Some pretty big games that we thought were going to be big, but didn't really turn out to be that big because of a certain thumping that happened. And we'll start at that game. And Ryan, what happened to your Cowboys?
Man, they got ran all over. You know, Bills had a good game plan, and Cowboys are just, I mean, they're average on the road. They're just, you know, they're your basic 500 team on the road, and Bills ran the hell out of the ball against them, and Cowboys couldn't defend it, you know? So just, they got eaten alive pretty much by the run. So.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised that they got blown out, I can say, because I didn't.
For sure.
I mean, I can see the Bills beating them, but just to blow them out, I mean, I don't know. And again, I think it just goes back to what I've said before: is what happens if the Cowboys are behind? Like, can they come back and you know, like, do they have that setup kind of thing? And I don't know. That was kind of shocking in a way because I mean, the Cowboys were playing pretty well going into that game. So are the Bills too. You know? Like, if I were in the AFC, I don't think I would want to play the Bills right now. Like,
totally agree.
They're pretty hot, but I just didn't see the Cowboys get blown out by them. But that also just brings up the suspect of them. Like, are they that material, or are they just going to win another 12 games and get ousted in the playoffs in the first game or first round? So,
yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, kind of there's a lot of teams on fraud alert for sure, and this week's matchup is going to be telling.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're outside of the Niners. I think there's any of the playoff teams that are on the list. They're all beatable. So
sure,
I think it's just who's going in with some momentum. So
yeah, I thought Buffalo treated that like a playoff game. I mean, you could just tell from the opening kickoff the intensity in the crowd, on the field. Like Buffalo was, all right, let's go. And Josh Allen throws the ball 15 times and only completes 7.
Yeah.
And I mean,
they still win.
And they still win. I mean, is this sustainable for Buffalo?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
it can be,
too,
sure.
I mean, again, I mean, I know we've all talked about it, but like, you get their run game going, which they usually don't have outside of Josh Allen in the years past. I mean, now you can kind of see what can happen. So, you know, props to him. Like,
yeah, ever since Joe Brady took over as the offense, they've been kind of more focused, and he's let Cook shine, because that's what James Cook can be, you know. And so finally they let him be, you know, be all that he can be with the Buffalo Bills. So
can be and should be. So, yep, you're right.
Yeah,
it's good to see. I'm glad they're not done yet. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm
interested to see.
You're right. I would want to play Buffalo in any round if I was in the AFC right now. If they can do that, that's just going to bring the safeties up, and then finally they could have play action and finally start getting Diggs back. Fell off twice. We're busy here. I just thought it, and then like you said, T, about seeing Dallas having to come back, especially on the road, because if Philly wins out, Dallas is going to have to go on the road, and under 500 on the road, like we said.
Yeah, they're 3-4.
Not a good recipe for the Cowboys. Well, let's shift to Monday night, where the Eagles, did they give it away? Or did Drew Lock actually earn that with the best 2 throws of his life?
Well, I mean, it also came with one of the best, or say luckiest catches of the drive or his life too, at DK. So I didn't watch the game because I was at work doing a Christmas party. But the highlights, it just seemed that, I mean, the Eagles probably didn't execute the way they wanted to, or maybe should have. Therefore, you left Seattle in the game. And in doing so, Seattle was able to, you know, knock out one of those miracle drives and come back and take it from them, kind of thing. So,
yeah,
I mean, maybe
Eagles allowed Drew Lock to drive 92 yards on him. For a final drive. Drew Lock.
So I mean,
let that sink in.
Which was, I mean, in this particular year, like, it's not surprising. I mean, we got how many backup quarterbacks are playing and actually been playing pretty well too. I mean, well, say not well, but better than we would thought.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I think at that point you have to say that the Eagles kind of let them off the hook, so to say. But like, I mean, the Seahawks kind of earned it too, though.
So they didn't think
they made some good plays.
Who they thought they were, and they let them off the hook.
Yeah, I think like we said all year, that the Eagles haven't looked right all year. Something's missing, and I like that Jalen Hurts called them out. I would have too. I would have told the media, we're frauds right now. We're the worst 10-4 team probably in the league. So
I mean, they're definitely suspect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's I don't think there's a team that's scared to play them. Not like last year, or nervous to play them.
Yeah. So. Yep.
But I mean, there's still
different story.
I think their point differential is plus 18 this year, and that's it. So they're like, every game is super close, and Hurts is just turning the ball over too much. He's like, the stupid throw where Julian Love made a fantastic catch on the interception on the sideline when he was trying to force it deep to Brown. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, I think teams
You're down by a field goal.
Yeah. I'm thinking teams are playing back, and they're saying, okay, Jalen, we'll let you have little 10-yard scrambles, and we'll let you dink and dunk, but you're not going to beat us over the top. Kind of like the recipe that people play with the Chiefs when the Chiefs' offense was actually scary. But, all right, Ravens, Jags. kind of a big hyped up game last week. That was the Sunday night game where Baltimore won 23-7, but I think the game was a little more of a butt whooping than that. 2 key fumbles by Trevor Lawrence, and now he's concussed for fantasy. But the Ravens continue to win and have that number 1 seed. Guys, are the Ravens right now the favorites to win the Super Bowl?
Wow, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they're favorites to win the AFC.
Yeah.
You know, I think like T said about the Bills, I don't think anyone wants to face the Ravens either, you know, especially in Baltimore. You know, that's going to be a tough matchup for anybody to go into Baltimore and win. So
that's true.
You know, they're just playing well on all sides of the ball, you know, offense, defense, special teams, just like they always have. Harbaugh gets them, you know, they play a complete game. So
yeah, I feel like they're probably one of the favorites to make it out of the AFC to go to the Super Bowl. But again, will Lamar have a playoff win yet?
Yeah,
you know, kind of
2. I think
1,
2 now, right?
2, 1 or 2.
Thought it is.
So it's just like okay. I mean, again, I just don't see outside of the Niners. I think all other teams are suspect. So again, certain matchups. I mean, if the Bills happen to, you know, go into Baltimore, I would say that's a pretty scary game for the Ravens. I mean, Ryan's right. I think like in Baltimore is gonna be really tough to go and beat them, but like it won't be one of those like, oh yeah, the Ravens gonna probably run away with it kind of thing. So I mean, I don't know yet. I mean, the Rams went in there recently and almost got one. If it wasn't for a special team return. So I mean, it's not that they, I don't know, they're just not dominating. So therefore, it's just kind of where it's like, yeah, I think they're still, again, I think they're the best team in the AFC right now, but I still think that's yet to be determined as the weeks come through. So.
Lamar is 1-3.
1-3
career playoffs.
Yeah, so that's
1-3. Yeah,
and didn't play last year. Remember, it was Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
Leading the way for the Ravens. I mean, Lamar can just get you in so many different ways. Like it's what was like a $180 passing, but 97 rushing last week, and it's just. But when he sits in the pocket, he makes good throws. I think he's really underrated as a passer. The dude just knows how to win. It's just, 10 games in the last 2 years? I think he's missed in December and January due to injury. So hopefully, he's going to be there for them to make a long run. Real quick, thoughts on Christian McCaffrey in the game that he had against the Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, just MVP.
Not surprised. Yeah,
shouldn't he be?
MVP.
He should be. Like, I mean, there's these other guys are. I mean, Purdy's up there too, which I totally get. But I mean, look at. Well, I guess fantasy numbers doesn't matter, but just overall numbers compared to other running backs or people at that position, or what he can do from that position. Like, just can't. There's not another person in the league like it. So
yeah,
if they didn't have him, they wouldn't be as successful. That is for sure.
Definitely, totally agree on that.
Agree.
Yeah, I think it's so awesome to watch, and I think he's playing the best football of his life easily. As you know, this is the year that the running backs are devalued. He continues to outshine, and that dude is worth every single penny. Well, let's go to the NFC South and those Bucks traveling to Lambeau and Baker Mayfield putting on the game of his life. Did you actually sit while that game was on, Ryan?
I did not. I was out of town. I was at Pluckers eating wings, jumping up. There were 2 other Bucks fans there, which was awesome. We were all cheering together. It felt good. So, Baker, perfect quarterback rating. in that game. So 300 plus, 4 touchdowns look great. Going into Green Bay, you know, and I doubted him. I didn't pick him. So that should say something that even I didn't see that coming. But I know it was awesome to see, though. You know, I mean, I was like, they put a good, complete game together. Rachaad White looked good. Defense made plays when they needed to, and you know, I'm not going to say they're not even on the level of you know, any of the other teams that are leading their divisions now, but I think they got a good chance to win the South at least. So we'll see. You
Unbelievable.
I think so too. I think they have a good chance too. Again, if he can play consistent ball, so to say, or smart football, you have the weapons around him to do what he can do. You know, it can be done. I think that weather comes into play probably moving forward, since if they do win, will they host a home game?
The first round.
They would, yeah, if they win the division. First round.
So if they happen to win
Dallas,
so that's what I mean. So
hey, on the road, Dallas on the road.
Yeah, we need snow in Tampa. Let's go.
Well, not even just that, but just the fact that like there's not a clear, no one is dominating outside of the Niners. So it's like, who says that Dallas doesn't go to Tampa and get beat? Like, I mean, that could very well happen. So, I mean, why not? Let's see what they do this week. I think, you know, maybe they'll, you know, give us some more of a little bit of an idea of kind of where they're at. But I mean, Baker's been doing a pretty decent job down there. So
yes, he hasn't made mistakes. So that's what he has to do. I mean, so not
mistakes that have completely killed the game. You know, like you know, throwing 2 or 3 interceptions, and you know, out of say 5 or 7 possessions. You know, so
I
don't know, man. They could do. They got the weapons. They can do it. They can make some noise. I think. A little bit at least. They can definitely shake a tree.
Baker is exactly what Cam Newton says. He's a game manager. So, yeah, he's playing great.
Hey, I mean, props to Rachaad White too.
Yeah,
Rachaad White has been amazing these last games. I mean, you look at his last 4 games, he has 480 yards and how many touchdowns? I'm trying to find it. 4 touchdowns. So he's been awesome this last month. He's played. He stepped up a lot, and played really well. So hats off to him too.
Offensive line as well.
Yes, I do have a fantasy team still alive that I have White and McCaffrey on that same team, and Kyron Williams and Alvin Kamara.
Wow.
And DeAndre Swift. Jeez. So yeah, I know, but I have Geno Smith, Derek Carr, Joe Flacco, and Trevor Lawrence for my QBs. So I wish I could start 4 running backs.
You have no quarterbacks.
Right. I'm seriously thinking about starting 4 running backs.
Flacco, man.
Flacco's been fantastic. Well, let's go there. Bears had the Browns down. Flacco's basically given the Bears the first half. Like, here you go. We don't want to play. But then they just find a way, and Flacco with another great game. And the Browns, guys, are sitting at 9-5.
Wow.
Is this another team that you just wouldn't want to see in the first round of the playoffs? Because we know about their defense. But if Flacco, Super Bowl winning quarterback, you know, that one run they had with Baltimore, played his best football of his life. So is Cleveland a team we fear coming up in the playoffs?
I think so. I mean, you match them up against the Ravens. Like, that's a game that I think Cleveland can win. So if they're going to keep playing the way they are, I mean, they have the run game, they have the defense, and now you have an actual quarterback back there outside of Watson, who wasn't playing all that well to start with. Yeah. So you got a gunslinger now. You have a run game, and you have a solid defense. So, like, I mean, why not? Why not let the Browns have some magic? So, I would.
I agree.
Again, it's all all bunched up there. So
it's fantastic.
It's anybody's ball game, honestly, in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree. Like their defense, playing like you said, playing awesome. Offense, Flacco's he's doing just enough, and bringing them back. And the only thing is, I know in the playoffs you can't get down like that to a playoff team, so because they won't blow that lead. So
unless
that's
you
the
play
only
the
thing
Chargers,
they've got to learn. Okay, yeah, true.
But luckily,
a good
they
team,
won't be
I
in the
should
playoffs.
say, you won't.
Right.
Yeah, so. I don't, I can't imagine if the Bills had that lead. I don't see the Bills blowing it, if that's who they're playing in the first round,
Well,
I don't see
with their
that happening.
newfound running game. I mean, okay, Baltimore. Yeah. What if Baltimore plays Kansas or Cleveland plays KC in the first round? I think Cleveland can beat Kansas City.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I do too.
In Arrowhead, I think that would happen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree.
Well,
do agree too.
I guess we could talk about Thursday because I think the Raiders actually just scored another touchdown. 63 to 21.
Shellacking.
I mean,
shellacking.
Brandon Staley has probably made it back to LA from Vegas by now to clear out his desk because he was let go along with Tom Telesco, the GM. It's such a waste of a talented team. The Raiders looked like all pros, and it really wasn't like Devontae Adams went off or, Jacobs was out. The running game is pretty good, but, I mean, it was just any of y'all start the Raiders defense last week?
I know you did.
Unfortunately not.
2 defensive touchdowns.
Is that the team you advanced with in the playoffs then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, one team left to win a title this year, but
there
I don't know.
Go.
I mean, it's sucked. And then Herbert, is put on IR earlier in the last week. So that poor team. I did see a thing on Facebook today where they had a scenario where the Chargers traded Justin Herbert to the Giants. And they said in return, the Chargers would get Daniel Jones, 2 first-round picks, and a third-round pick. And I'm like, sold. And the first round pick
no way
until next year. So it wouldn't even be this year, so we could keep our top 10 pick. I know it wouldn't happen, but the Chargers are going to be in tough situation with having to. Do they start over? Because they're in cap hell next year, with playing Bosa and Mike Williams and Khalil Mack and Justin Herbert all over $30 million cap hits. So, I mean, do the Chargers do?
That's who they need to trade. You got to get rid of Max. You got to get rid of his contract. I know Keenan's out this week, and he might be out for the season. They might just sit him out the rest of the year.
They should.
I mean, you can probably keep him around, but it's those guys with the high, Williams. I mean, do you really want to hold on to him? I don't know.
Bosa too. It's like
Bosa. I mean, he's young enough where you could, but he's always hurt. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Every year, all he does is get hurt. So, it's, I don't know. I don't think you can't completely start over. And then Eckler's talking retirement. I was reading today too. So, he may just retire and go do social. I don't know. He's going to do something online. I don't know. But so it might be a reset for them possibly. Sucks with Herbert, but where do you go from here?
I think a lot of it depends on.
Welcome that. Go ahead, T.
I think a lot of it depends on the coach that they land. If they don't get one of these, top coaches that are probably going to be available or could be available kind of thing, then yeah, I could definitely see them like I could see Eckler leaving. I could see them maybe moving a couple of pieces and clearing some of that cap room and stuff like that for sure. I mean, they don't have another choice. When they're going to try to go back next year and run the same team again, like if they do, it has to be a veteran coach or someone that knows exactly what they're doing to be able to put all those pieces together. Because it can work. We've seen it work. We've just seen where it fails. So, It's just it would, if they're gonna go get a brand new coach, bring him in, and again, much like Sean just said about wasting the years over with Herbert, even with Eckler. I mean, Bosa too. Like, he's not getting any younger, so I don't know. It's definitely a mess, but I do think it's repairable though. It's not like the Panthers. Like, it's nothing like
All right,
that.
so if you're Jim Harbaugh, is this a job that's appeasing to you with the potential roster turnover?
Maybe because of the money and the control he'll have,
Yes,
that's
exactly what I was
going
to say.
Well, that's what he demands, yeah, but I think the Spanos family, I guess, has been known for being kind of cheap with the coaching thing, paying coaches, but I don't know if you have to get a top-notch quarterback because Patrick is going to be there for the next 10 years. And if you want to be somewhat relevant in the AFC, you got to get the right coach. They got to go offense. Like, I don't know. I just don't.
I don't know. You go get Ben Johnson from Detroit and pay him $15 million a year. He wants $15 million a year.
Well, so do I. But I mean,
after never being a head coach.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. You're gonna go get a brand new guys. I mean, I don't know if a brand new coach, like, to the, not coach, but like head coach to like the system, or that system, is gonna work. I think it has to be a veteran coach.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
Harbaugh, I don't.
I mean, Harbaugh maybe. I mean, old Bill might. Who knows? Kind of tired of actually hearing about all that, anyways. But I don't know. It's just it's kind of a mess in a way, but I think again it's going to take a veteran leadership that knows a veteran coach that knows how to go in there and take those pieces and utilize them for what they are, and because we didn't see that with Staley, so, and Kellen Moore too, even with his offensive genius, mind that he has, like, where was Eckler all year? Hardly even involved in the passing game, the offense. So I don't know. It's a mess.
Big time fantasy flop from Austin Eckler. What, the only decent one was Keenan Allen this year, and he had a fantastic year. I don't know. I think Harbaugh stays Michigan, but then now these new allegations that they're bringing up, I mean, during the COVID year. Now, I mean, it's like, come on. It's like, oh, he's misled or withheld information from the NCAA. So did our national government during COVID, so it's like, it's okay. That was actually Michigan's worst year under Harbaugh, where pretty much everybody was just like, F it. It's COVID year. It was just a weird year in sports all around. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I think he leaves if these allegations just keep going and going, pull Pete Carroll and leave college, and it would suck for Michigan, but I get where he would be getting tired of talking about it and hearing about it, and it's just not fair to the kids because
it's old.
Yep. Yep.
It already is.
Big games coming up for these young kids at Michigan and all throughout the college football playoff, which we'll talk about next week, guys. And I guess we could do like an end of the year recap too, huh?
Sure.
Bring up our highlights.
That'd be cool.
From the year. How cool is it next year? NFL to Brazil. Would that not be a cool place to go watch a football game? Eat some killer food.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure. Cool, but man.
Well, I mean, I think that's where you actually could have gotten like the cheapest Taylor Swift tickets. I mean, not to bring her up, but I'm just saying. My daughter brought it up, and I'm like, yeah, but you still kind of got to get there. So I don't know how much cheaper it was. Well, all right, real quick. Shane Steichen, Coach of the Year. Colts took care of the Patriots, or I mean, this woeful Steelers.
Probably. I mean,
Minshew Mania. Trevor.
There's a lot of guys.
Trenton's boy. He's been on Minshew Mania.
D'Amico Ryans. I mean, D'Amico Ryans too. I mean, look at what he's done.
For
for
sure.
Still won.
Yeah. Kevin Stefanski.
They still won without Stroud. Yeah,
I mean,
look at the Browns.
Too,
Those are probably your top three guys right there.
Kevin O'Connell.
So.
Mike McDaniel.
Could go there. Kyle Shanahan.
Yes.
Why not? He's the best coach in the league. Give it to the best coach. I mean, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
I think Steichen's got to kind of have. Steichen's going to have the edge, losing Anthony Richardson like that, and then like Minshew has been playing pretty good, and now you have these guys like they could win a playoff game. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a good question though.
I mean,
there's definitely some guys all in there.
Colts could win that division. If you think about it, because Jacksonville hasn't been the same. Houston's been kind of tapering off. And Tennessee doesn't even really matter anymore. But they did get the nice. Oh wait, yeah, didn't they win last week? Texans? No, they lost.
Yeah,
they beat the Titans. That's right. The Fairbairn walk-off field goal. Well, with that, guys, let's go ahead and jump into somewhat rapid fire for Week 16. Last week, guys, Ryan 11-5, Trenton 9-7, and I went 12-4. So we're getting into our playoff race. I guess we should have had next year we're gonna have to come up with something that the loser has to do. Like out in public. Go shake some trees in Publix or something. I don't know. We'll have to think about that for season 2. All right, well with that, the game that's about to start. Saints at 7-7, traveling to LA to take on the Rams at 7-7. 4-point favorite for the Rams. Big game for both teams.
I got me the Rams tonight, 27-20. I just simply think that they're playing really good football, overall, and like Stafford's been playing great. He's got a new weapon in Puka. Higbee's still around. That other tight end got hurt. That looked like he's got some pretty good talent too. But they're running the football really well, which sets up play action. And I think the Saints have a pretty decent squad. They're not at home, and so that's why I'm giving it to the Rams tonight. So if this game had been in New Orleans, I feel like the Saints probably could have earned one out. But I like the Rams, 27-20.
Yeah, I had the Rams too. Pretty almost the same score, 24-20. I think it's somewhat close. I think the Saints defense will keep them in it. Carr and Kamara. I do like Olave doing something, but the Rams has so many weapons with, Kupp, Puka, Williams. Just Stafford has everything to throw to. So I like the Rams winning 24-20.
Well, I'm with UT, and I had the Rams at 27-20. Rams fewest turnovers in the league this year. And one hell of a throw that Matthew Stafford made last week, where he threw that sidearmed pass to the sideline. And I mean, it was just fantastic. Yeah. The guy is so great to watch throw the football. This is a big game. Rams are outside looking in, but with the win, they'll pretty much flip-flop with the Saints. And I think Ryan's Bucks are going to take that division. So with the next game on Saturday, we have two football games. One at 4:30, which is our first game. Bengals 8-6 traveling to Pittsburgh, and the Mason Rudolph led Steelers at 7-7, but the Bengals only a 2-point favorite.
Yeah, division game. They usually are competitive. This one will not be. Bengals are going to win 27-13, I think. Steelers are a hot mess, more than probably the Chargers are, I would say right now. Maybe not quite as bad as the Panthers, but they're a mess. I think Rudolph can do something better than, say, Trubisky, but I don't trust it. Bengals have been playing really well with Browning, and they got more weapons, even with Chase being down. So Give it to me. 27-13 Bengals.
Put some respect on Jake Browning's name, man. Played a damn good game last weekend. Came back against the Vikings, you know. So, man, he's kept them in contention. So, hats off to him, man. I like the Bengals 23-10. Just Steelers look horrible. Their locker room's a mess. They're calling each other out for not blocking. So chemistry's not there. And Jake Browning's kind of brought the Bengals together a little bit. So I like the Bengals.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. Bengals 24-13. Why last week did Pittsburgh wait until the 2-minute warning to put Mason Rudolph in when the game's already over? What did they say on the telecast? They brought Mason Rudolph in to mop up. Like, Trubisky is not the answer. Put him in at halftime. Or just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's just... I mean, is Tomlin in trouble? Or do we think he'll be back next year?
Possibly.
I think that possibly is the word. I don't think he's going anywhere, but like there might be a conversation. But I don't know. I didn't get to see the game last week. Again, I was at work, but I didn't know that happened.
He's never had a losing season in what 15 years, however long he's been there. So, I mean, his job is safe. But I'll tell you one thing: that locker room, the way it's been, it's not a good sign, man. Because that's usually coaching. And he's had the issue before with Antonio Brown. I get it, Antonio Brown and all that stuff that happened, but still, I don't know.
It's a mess. That's another team I think that might want to consider blowing it up in the off season. Next, we got the Red Hot Bills, 8-6, traveling to those woeful Chargers to take on. Anyways, Bills open up as 12-point favorites.
Bills, yeah, all day, yeah. They're I don't know what the Chargers are gonna do. Not even too sure who all is gonna play. What I wrote them down is 31-10. Yep, 31-10 Bills. They're playing hot. You're running into a team that's literally a hot mess, and they're not ready for the Bills. Needless to say, I mean, if the Bills happen to overlook this game, that shows, I think, everyone that they're not a Super Bowl contending team. So, but I don't think they will overlook the game. I think they will go in there and take care of business.
Yeah, I think like we said earlier, Bills is playing as hot as they are, man. I don't think Mr. Easton Stick can overcome it. So I like the Bills.
Weston.
Or Weston, right? Yeah.
Weston showed up for a second last week. Got me some points.
True. I like the Bills 28-13. So this ball control and too strong right now. So
yeah, I think the Bills are going to throw a little bit more than they did last week, but they take care of business 31-13. They have to treat every game like a playoff game because I think one more loss because of their conference record, that'd be another conference loss that would pretty much take them out of the playoff picture. So big game for them. Lions 10-4 traveling to Minnesota. Another team clinging onto that playoff positioning at 7-7. Lions open the road, 3-point favorites.
I'm taking the Lions. Got them at 31-28. I think it'll be a close game. I think Nick Mullins, like I was saying last week, is more of a gunslinger than Dobbs. And he got the guys involved, like his weapons involved. And, I think again, another quarterback surrounded by weapons that just simply, if you can manage the game and do certain things, let your guys just go and make plays, that can happen. But I don't know. I think the Lions are simply just the better team, and they're going to go and irk one out. So 31-28, Lions.
Yeah, I agree with T. It's going to be a real close game. I like the Lions 27-24. just think it's going to come down to, Lions winning a close one, getting the ball at the very end, and having that drive and getting the game-winning field goal. So, I agree with T. Like Mullins is kind of more of, he's going to throw the ball up more, and he's got the weapons too. So, we'll see how that carries over. I could see the game going either way, honestly, but I'm going to stick with the Lions to win it.
Same
I definitely
here.
think the Vikings can win the game, but
See, I don't. I think Detroit goes in, handles business, wins 28-17. Mullins is known to turn the ball over, but I think Justin Jefferson will have his best game since coming back. He's been kind of, he got a little more involved last week, but nothing big and explosive yet. With that, next we go to the Minshew Maniacs. The Colts at 8-6, getting JT back this week. Traveling to Atlanta, and our boy Taylor Heineke at the QB realm. Falcons at 6-8, still in that NFC South race, but we all know who's going to win that division. But the Falcons open up as a 1-point favorite at home.
I got the Colts. They're playing well. I true, and even getting one of their better weapons back. And I know Atlanta's tough at home. I do, but I think they're struggling internally with some stuff. I mean, their coach is on the hot seat.
There it is. Okay, I'm good.
Dad, are you okay?
I know, Dad, are you okay?
But yeah, I think the Colts just right now, they're just the better squad. I think the Falcons can win the football game, but I don't know. Heineke, man, he's a gunslinger too, but like he also turns the ball over. Are they going to use Bijan the way they should be, because they haven't been? So I just don't trust the Falcons at all. So what do I got? Colts at 30-23. Colts.
Yeah, I was real torn on this game, very hard. You know how I feel about the Falcons at home. They're really hard to beat. I don't know what it is. I think Heineke can give him a little bit of a burst. I think he's kind of come in, and I think Bijan's performed pretty well when he's been the quarterback. So because he can kind of spread the field out a little bit more. And man, the Colts, I know they're coming off such a great win and a big high, but man, I think it's just going to be a letdown. I like the Falcons winning 21-20. Last second win for them. Another game that I could see going either way.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't. The Falcons just lost to the Panthers. The Panthers! I mean, come on. I know it was pouring down rain, but you have to win those games. You are the better team. And
that's true.
Ritter's not the answer. Heineke's not the answer. Arthur Smith's not the answer. This season is over for Atlanta. Colts keep on rolling. Minshew Mania has those boys playing good with confidence. Michael Pittman should be back, so they should be at full strength offensively, minus Moss. But I like the Colts to win 28-17. Packers hanging on with their playoff life, travel to those red-hot Carolina Panthers, who now sit at 2-12. And it doesn't matter what their record is because Chicago owns their first-round pick. But the Packers open up as a 5-point favorites.
Yeah, giving it to the Packers because it's not going to be pouring down rain and 15 people at the game kind of thing. So,
$4 tickets.
They had to use their 45-cent tickets. Come on.
40-cent tickets and stuff. So I don't know. The Packers, again, the Packers should win this game. I got them at 17-13, but they've been suspect too. So, we'll see. But Packers should win this game. 17-13. Panthers are a hot mess. Cannot be losing to them right now. So
Yeah, I agree. I think the Packers, they should win. You hope they win. I think they will win, but it'll be a lot closer. I like them 20-17 over the Panthers. You know, something about when teams go and play the Panthers in Carolina, their offense just sucks. I don't know what it is.
Yep.
You know, it's not like they play great defense or anything, but I mean, they are scrappy. You know, you think, man, what if they had CJ Stroud at quarterback? You know, who knows where they'd be. But I digress. So, I do like the Packers bouncing back in this one, 20-17.
We'll go Pack go. 24-13 over the Panthers. I just think the Panthers don't have any offensive firepower. Chuba Hubbard's been great this year. Severely under, not talked about. Last 5 or 6 weeks, good fill-in for fantasy football injuries and stuff like that. But I think this is it for the Packers, so they've got to come out and treat this as pretty much an elimination game for themselves. Seahawks off their big win over the Eagles at home on Monday Night Football. Now sit at 7-7. Travel down to Tennessee to take on those Titans, who sit at 5-9. But the Hawks are only getting 2.5 points on the road.
I got the Hawks somewhere on here. Yep, there you are. Yeah, I'm taking the Hawks 24-17. With Geno coming back, I think they are just simply the better squad. Derrick Henry has not gotten it done this year. It's usually his time of year to kind of start rolling over people, but he hasn't done it yet. So I hate saying it that he might not, but yeah. And on top of that, the Titans wearing those uniforms and not letting the Texans have them, no way I'm going to take them. So,
are they wearing them this Sunday or what?
No, they just did it on purpose because they were playing the Texans. So just kind of rubbing their face. But
in your face.
But yeah, Seahawks just the better squad. Give them to me. Would I say 24-17?
Yeah.
24-17.
This is one of those games where I feel like the Seahawks coming up on such a big high, like we just beat the Eagles. We're so and they're gonna go to Tennessee. Let down. I like the Titans. Close game. 24-21 Titans over the Seahawks. I think this is the game Derrick Henry gets started on his little winter escapade run.
Well, let's hope so, because he had 16 carries and only 9 yards last week. So I think he could do a little bit better. So, Tennessee offensive line. You got to block somebody. Yeah. But I think the Hawks know they have to win this game. Geno coming back will be big, like Trenton said. And I like the Hawks. Well, you could have.
He said.
Oh.
He farted silently.
Like that? Okay. Are we done?
There'd be no silence.
Everything is. All right. Well, like that.
Yeah.
Hawks 20s. I can't do it. 27-14 Hawks. Oh, okay. The Red Hot Brownies 9-5. This is one of the bigger games of the weekend, guys. Browns at 9-5 traveling to Houston to take on those 8-6 pesky Texans. Probably without CJ Stroud again. Browns is 2.5 point favorites.
Give me them hot Browns, man. Yeah, all day. 27-21. I just, without Stroud, and then against the Browns defense, I think that's going to be a pretty tough task for Keenum and company. I think they can score on them. I just don't think they can win the football game. And Flacco he can throw on that defense with the weapons he has, even with the run game too. So, yep, give them to me. Browns all day.
I agree with T. Give me the Browns.
I want the Texans to win. Like, I really do. I want them to make the playoffs. It'd be really cool to see. I just think the Browns are just a little bit better team right now.
Yeah. I agree with you, T. Give me the Brown Eyes. I like I like him in this game a lot. No CJ Stroud, possibly no Nico Collins. I did like how the Texans, I think they should finally just bench Pierce and let's start Singletary because he obviously gives you the better chance to win. So I think he'll get a touchdown this week, but I like the Browns 27-17.
Brownie Sunday for me, 21-17. I think this is a closer game. Flacco likes to give the other team a couple extra possessions. In case Keenum is a good backup quarterback. Texans at home, but Browns defense is a little bit better, well, a lot better than the Texans, and they take care of business. Big game for Myles Garrett. I think we have to talk about this game, but the Manders 4-10 traveling to the Jets at 5-9, and Aaron Rodgers is not playing. He is not playing. Why is he active if he's not going to play?
I don't know. Again, it's getting old. Been old. It'll always be old.
What's older, that or Taylor Swift?
BOF. In the same category.
Both.
In the same category.
Both.
Tired of hearing about it.
We need
Sick of hearing about
sound effect.
But I'm taking the Mandos 20-10.
Ooh.
There's no other reason or rhyme of why I'm doing so. I think I'm just shooting in the dark. I mean, Mandos are bad, but the Jets can't score. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Terrible matchup.
Game of the week right here, so it's hard for me to pick. I really wonder, is Zach Wilson playing in this game? He is, right?
Well, according to him,
they don't know who their quarterback is.
Right.
Well, he's healthy. I mean, I know he had an issue, but
his mom
I like the Jets.
So he's got a bad headache.
I'm going 16-13. Jets over the Manders. Tough defensive game. So,
well, I don't think it's a defensive game. I just think both offenses suck. So
absolutely,
with that, I'm going to go Jets 19-12.
Defensive game.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Phil Go Rod will live on for at least 3 more weeks. All right, guys. The Reeling Jags at 8-6, travel to play those red hot Bucks off their sizzling win over those Green Bay Packers. Big game for both teams.
Yep.
But I think this is the first game of the year that it's opened as even, since we get our odds a little earlier in the week.
Yes. Interesting.
Bucks and Jags, we said?
Yeah, Jags and Bucks.
Yeah, give me the Bucks. They're playing better, consistent football, I think, right now. And I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to play because he's in concussion protocol. And I don't know what old CJ Beathard's going to do. So,
Iowa quarterback.
Give him to me. Do what?
Yeah.
Iowa quarterback.
We know
how those offenses are.
But you can throw on the Bucks, so he can probably do something. So I got him Bucks winning 27-23.
Yeah, of course, I got the Bucks in this one. I can't pick against them again. So taking them, like you said, no T-Law. So that spells trouble for the Jags. Etienne, I don't know how healthy he's going to be. He's been banged up quite a bit.
Ribs.
So, yeah. Give me the Bucks. I actually like them 27-20 over the Jags. It'll be a little close, but Bucks will pull it out.
Well, I know Baker has been feeling dangerous. And that will continue as I got the Bucks 28-20. I just think Jacksonville's just not playing good. I think we all bought too much into the hype. Trevor's had a good year, but he should be playing a lot better being in year 3, especially year 2 with Doug Peterson there. The game of the week, maybe the second game of the week. We got Ryan's boys fresh off their butt whooping at 10-4, traveling to their mirror image of the AFC, the Miami Dolphins. Both teams who can't beat teams that are good and on the
winning
road.
Teams.
But the Dolphins a 1.5 favorite at home.
Yeah, give me the Fins. I think with Tyreek coming back, again, the Cowboys on the road. I mean, I don't know. Cowboys going to look better, I think, but I think the Dolphins, this is a must-win for the Dolphins team to prove to everyone else that they are a contender in the AFC. And they're at home. So I got them at 33-27.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it for sure. Kind of a fraud alert game. We're going to see who can step up and actually win the game. And Dolphins coming back at full strength, going to get Tyreek back. Hopefully, I mean, I'm sure that's what's going to happen. McDaniel's going to get him fired up. But give me the Cowboys. Bouncing back in this one. I don't know why. I know y'all probably expected it, of course.
Every week. You don't know why you pick them, but every week.
I don't know. Just
Tony Paul's going to show up and run for 200. I don't know why.
I do like it to be a really good game. I like the Cowboys 30-28 over the Dolphins. Very good game. It'll be very entertaining for sure. Either way it goes.
I like this to be a close game too, but I'm going to go Dolphins 27-20. Dolphins are at home, and I think that's the sole purpose that they win. And I don't know. I just think Hill being back is going to eat Bland alive on a couple double moves, and Tyreek could have a really big game. The Cards at 3-11. What? Go to Midtown, take on the Bears at 5-9.
I was gonna say, is Gilmore too old to cover Hill? I guess.
No, he just can't keep
up. I don't think
with him.
anybody can cover Hill.
Yeah. He's 32, so he's like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Well, he's been playing really good.
Probably not.
So
true.
Shut down AJ Brown. So I don't know. All right, Cards at Bears. Bears 4-point favorites at home.
Give me them Bears 2017. Only because they're at home. If this is in Arizona, I think Arizona could win, but I think the weather might have a factor. And Bears defense has been playing pretty good over the last few weeks. So, yeah, give them to me 2017.
Give me the Bears. Yeah, I like him at home this week.
Bears.
I don't. Like T said, just I think it could go if this wasn't a home game for the Bears, I probably wouldn't pick them. So, I think they definitely have that home field advantage with the Cardinals playing indoors, and I having to go outside in Chicago and in December, it ain't gonna be pretty. So, but I do think it's close. I do think Kyler keeps them in the game. So, I like the Bears 23-20 over the Cardinals.
Just to let you know, I've only had 4 heart attacks, Bob. That's it.
Only 4.
And I like the Bears 31-17. I don't think T's right about the Bears defense. Ever since they got Montez Sweat, that defense has been great. That move is really looking to pay off for them. And I think, Fields this is kind of like his last chance to impress other teams, because I don't think he's in Chicago next year. So Atlanta, potentially. I really think he could be in Atlanta.
So they're trading him. You think, for sure?
He'd probably get his, 3rd round pick for him, maybe a second at the most. But why not?
Where did they draft him at?
Fields was, I think, 11th, because I know the Bears traded with the Giants to move up to 11. Yeah. And then that's where we moved back and drafted the best wide receiver in the NFL, Kadarius Toney.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyways, that trade did work out, because the next year the Giants had the Bears' first-round pick and ended up taking Kayvon Thibodeau. So that worked out for us. So 31-17 for the Bears. The Pats at 3-11, traveling to Denver. Denver grasping to their playoff lives. They're at 7-7, fresh off that butt whooping. And Sean Payton is screaming at Russell Wilson like, "Oh my God, everybody's freaking out." But the Broncos 6.5-point favorites at home.
Yeah, I got the Broncos 17-10. Going to be probably a pretty slow, boring game, running a lot of the football. Russell dinking and dunking, maybe gets one to Cortland Sutton on a crazy catch. And, yeah, I don't know. Broncos are suspect, too. I mean, I think they've turned the corner a little bit, but I don't see them doing any damage if they happen to get to the playoffs, which looks kind of slim right now. And and the Patriots are a mess. And I don't know. I just think the Broncos are going to pull it out 17-10.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Broncos. I don't think it's going to be an amazing game to watch. Sunday night game. Am I right or
correct?
No?
Yes,
it is right.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention these last few games are all on Christmas Eve. So get all your presents wrapped before.
Yeah. So I do like the Broncos. I think it's going to be 24-13. Russell will do enough. He'll throw for his usual 22 of 28 for 180 yards and a couple scores, and they'll be happy again for now.
I don't want to watch this game. I may not. I might wait to wrap my presents on Sunday Night Football. But I do have the Broncos winning 20-13. I don't know what the Patriots are playing for, but if they lose and the Bears win, I believe they're tied. Or no, the Patriots would have the second pick. So, I mean, you got some incentive to lose, and I think they've been doing it all year, and that continues. And then this game, I don't know. Where's my sound effects? Anyways, Giants, 5-9. The DeVito magic is over. Traveling to Philly to take on the 10-4 Eagles, who are probably a little angry after last week. But the Eagles open up only as a 12-point favorites.
What about Raiders and Chiefs?
Did I skip that?
I figured since that game's before the Eagles and Giants.
Oh, shit, I didn't write it down. All right, well, let's go Raiders
and Chiefs on Christmas Day.
That's okay. See, that's okay. Yes, 3 games.
Yeah, there's a triple header on Christmas Day.
What the hell? How did I miss that? Anyways, all right, Raiders Chiefs. Let's go.
Go ahead, T.
I got the Chiefs 27-21. Raiders usually play them close. Just think the Chiefs are gonna handle business, and yeah, get to open some gifts early for themselves. So
there you go. Yeah, I like the Chiefs too. I definitely think it's going to be such a quarterback duel with Mahomes versus Aiden O'Connell. We're trying to repeat his 4-touchdown performance here. But I like the Chiefs 31-20 over the Raiders.
The Raiders. Let's see. Now, I'm just going to go Chiefs 27-17. I don't think that the Chiefs defense is their best part of their team, and Patrick will do enough to win, and he just doesn't lose division games. So, with that, Then we'll go back. I don't know why my sounds aren't
DeVito
working.
game.
The DeVito, that's right. The freshly acquiring a new agent. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
Off-field agent.
Yeah. Oh.
Off-field agent. So it's became his off-field agent. His on-field is still the Guido guy.
What does an on-field agent do?
Negotiates the football contracts. The off-field guy negotiates the marketing stuff.
So a PR person.
How can he afford to have two agents and live at home still, right?
Well, that's probably why.
He does live at home.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
got no bills.
True. Good point.
How much do cutlets really cost? You know what I mean?
I know. I hear you.
So yeah, I'm taking the Eagles 31-20. I think they will be mad. But again, I don't really trust them scoring 31 points. I think I'm just putting that just throwing that out there. So I think the game could be closer. I don't think they'll cover though. That 12.5, I don't think that. Division game, it's hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah, way too high of a line. I would take that under any day for sure. That's going to be a lot closer than 12.5. Christmas Day, Monday night game or Monday afternoon game, sorry. It's going to be a lot closer than that, but I do like the Eagles 27-20. I think they respond after Hurts called them out.
Yeah, do agree on that.
Totally agree on that, and that's why I think this game is going to be ugly. I think the Eagles do cover, and they win 31-10. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
No DeVito magic.
No DeVito magic. I don't know. I think it's worn off. Oh, well. My sound effects are not working, but let's go to the Raiders. Oh, I did have the Raiders and Chiefs written down. I did have it written down. I just had it after the Giants-Eagles. Anyways.
Okay.
So that means we have Ravens, 49ers, game of the week, the year.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a fraud test. This is a potential Super Bowl preview. But like Lamar Jackson said, it's a game in December. So we take care of the games in December. Both teams 11-3, but the Niners 5-point favorites at home.
Oh man, I'm taking the Niners, 27-24. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think back and forth, and I just think it comes down to like one of those final drive situations. If not, someone gets stymied on their final drive, and give them the edge to the Niners because they're at home. So give them to me. They're the best team in football, so it's kind of hard to go against them right now.
Yeah, looking forward to this game for sure. Can't wait. It's a great way to end off Christmas Day right here and week 16 for sure. So possible Super Bowl matchup. Y'all remember my whole, Super Bowl logo was purple and gold and bronze. So, the little, conspiracy coming up, that this is
silver and blue and yeah.
Hey, they're they redid it, and guess what colors they had? It looked like Cowboys and Bills. So just saying, I don't know. But Puka almost broke one. I like the Niners. Tough for the Ravens to travel cross country. I know, I get it. They're probably gonna. I'm curious to know, since it's a Christmas Day game, are they gonna leave early and not let them spend time with their families? I'm curious to know that. The holiday, I think, plays into that. You know what I mean? Like, Harbaugh seems like a guy that would let them spend time with their family, when on any normal week they would go there on Saturday probably, and not having to travel the day before, so I don't know what's going to happen if they're going to go on Christmas Eve possibly. But I like the Niners. Great game. I'm going to go 31-27. Niners over the Ravens.
Oh, see, I thought one of y'all was going to take the Ravens. This is the one game I wanted to do.
Nope.
You wanted to be the lone wolf on? It's hard. I just think traveling across country, is hard.
Yeah, but it is Monday. Both teams are distracted, like you said, from the holidays. The team could afford to fly all the families out there. So I don't know. Yeah, that would be kind of weird. That would kind of stink to not be there with your kids when you wake up early. When they wake up on Christmas morning. But I'm just going to go with until someone can beat the Niners or a big injury happens, I just don't see them losing. Niners 27-23. Great game, back and forth. But I think San Francisco has a defense that could kind of minimize Lamar. And if Lamar goes in and beats San Francisco, then you put Lamar.
Then they're legit.
Top 2 MVP. And yes, the Ravens are for real. To answer our first question of the podcast. Well, with that, guys, Christmas is around the corner. Tell everybody, Ryan, what they could be doing on Christmas Day.
Yes, you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music. Look us up, Real Tree Shaker Show. You can find us and watch us on Spotify as well. You can find us on YouTube. We post video clips on TikTok. Please check us out. We're also on X as well. We'll post some thoughts and views every once in a while. So look us up, listen to us, enjoy your Christmas day listening to the sounds of our voices and burps and farts and game predictions. You'll love it. I promise.
It's okay.
I don't know what else you say to that. Yeah.
And Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Reindeer fart. What does a reindeer fart sound like?
Oh no, just stirs up a bunch of snow.
Could be like that. Maybe it's a double. I don't know. Hey, Ryan, my audio isn't working. Why don't you hit that outro button? Do you know what I'm talking about? For the sound effects? Can you do that?
I don't.
Or maybe I'll just add that. Oh, did you see that little right corner thing where it says media? Bottom right corner. Next to people chat.
Bottom right. Yeah.
Click media.
Which one is it?
It says show outro. Fade.
Edited?
Yeah. No, show outro. Fade. Oh, you might not have it on yours.
Okay.
You got it? Well, click it.
It's just, I did. It's going in a circle. It's trying to load.
That's the same thing here. So with that, thanks for listening. Merry Christmas, everybody. Guys, love you.
Christmas.
Safe, happy holidays. I know you guys get to hang
Christmas.
out. That's so rad.
Yes.
Brian, don't shake that mistletoe. Don't shake the mistletoe. I don't know. Point to those light bulbs. Love and hug your family. Have a great Merry Christmas, and we'll be back next week to recap some of our best parts of the half a year we've done. Get y'all ready for the college football playoff, and that NFL season will still continue. So until next time, this has been the Real Tree Shaker Show. Bye.